How'd you like to take your house from this to this? Well, now you can with the all-new Govee Permanent Outdoor Lights Prism. Right off the bat, you're gonna notice a very unique lighting head, and this one has 3 different chipsets, or color zones as they're calling them, and each one can be individually controlled. Now, each one of those chips is RGBWW, so it can be red, green, blue, or a cool white to warm white. And then it's not just those chipsets, they also have lenses which are going to blend those colors seamlessly. You used to typically seeing each one of those little housings can just do one color and it'll change. They can do red, green, or blue. This, you've got those 3 individual LEDs that are individually controllable through the Govee app. So the customization options here are truly limitless. Now, I was close to being able to wrap my parents' entire house because I have a 200-foot string. That's right, these things can go up to 200 feet on one power supply, which is great. The lights are also a little bit brighter than the Pros and the 2s. So each lighting housing is going to be 60 lumens as opposed to 50 with the Pros and 40 with the 2s. I mentioned this, but it's got that wonderful 2700K warm white, which I love. If you've watched really any lighting video on this channel, you know that I want warm white. That's the accent lighting that I want on my house. That cool white, I think, makes houses look like prisons. So it's got that beautiful warm white, or if you want your house to look like a prison, you can go all the way up to 6500 Kelvin and get that very bright white. We also got an upgrade when it comes to the waterproofing. So the light housing itself is now IP68. The control box is IP67, and that's gonna go for the adapter as well. Love to see that from Govee, getting those upgrades. You're not gonna have to worry about this lighting housing at all, even though for me, it's under the eave, so it's really no big deal. But that could allow you to be creative for install applications with that IP68 rating. Now, these are cuttable, and they come with extensions as well. So you can try to customize these on your house without lights in places where they shouldn't be, and you can use those extensions to just get lights maybe on gables and whatnot. So you can go as far as your imagination can take you with this lighting set. It's really for kind of the ultimate DIY enthusiast who really wants to get that professional looking lighting on their house. This kit is perfect for you. Now, the reason I installed these at my parents' house, one, I do a Christmas show every year, and so that kind of negates me needing this type of lighting. But the other reason is that I don't really want my parents getting up on ladders anymore to do their Halloween or Christmas lights. And this is kind of a one and done. You put these lights up under the eave, and then you can just use them for whatever holiday you want, and you never have to take them down or put them back up. So they're gonna stick up with the double-sided tape. I love to see this. They actually have 2 screw holes, so you don't need to get extra brackets or anything like that. You can just use the housing as is if you wanted to screw it up, which is just wonderful. And then you might be thinking, okay, Richard, here's the deal. I don't really want these flashy red and green, whatever lights outside of Halloween and Christmas and maybe like 4th of July. Well, I'm with you. And what you can do, because each individual light is individually controlled, you can set up accent lighting. So I'm using the sketch mode here, and you can just individually tap each little LED that you want to turn on, and you can make it whatever color you want. So at my parents' house, you can see that like for Christmas or Halloween, we've got the lights going crazy, and then I can do accent lighting where I just turn lights on that are maybe above their windows, and it's going to be that nice warm white. Or you could utilize every single light and make it warm white to have your accent lighting throughout the rest of the year. So for them, I'm just utilizing lights above their windows and things that looks really nice. And you don't have to use all the lights if you don't want to, which I just think is brilliant. This is all done through the app. And I love that you can individually control each housing and one of those 3 chipsets in that housing as well for just infinite customizability options. I've said this before, I really like the running effect of the lights. And so for Christmas, I really like the red and green running effect. If it's just one color per light, it's kind of spread out. But now that running effect looks so much better because it goes across each individual housing with those 3 lights. And I think it just looks wonderful. Now, you also don't have to go the custom route. The Govee app has tons of different options for you, a bunch of different presets. There's also DIY versions where the community makes stuff and you can download that onto your lights. So don't be intimidated by me saying that, oh, all this customization, it's there if you want it, which is awesome. And then they also have tons of presets that you can choose from. One other thing to mention here, getting off in the weeds just a little bit, is that the temperature range that these things can operate has increased. So they can go all the way down to negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit. I believe the other strings are only rated to negative 4 degrees Fahrenheit. So for you people who live in very miserable places that get that cold, they can work for you, and they can go up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit on the high end. You can control it with Bluetooth, being nice and close to it. You can also hook it up to Wi-Fi so that you can control it anywhere. And that's really great for me because it's at my parents' house. And if I want to change something for them, if they're not using the app, then I can just make the change from my app at my house, which is great. This also works with the Govee Home app. It works with Alexa, Google Assistant, and it has Matter support as well. Overall, these things are awesome, and I really like the permanent under eave LED lights, especially because you just don't have to get up on ladders constantly every season. You can just set these things up and then change them from the app however you want, which is just great. Links to everything will be in the description below, so if you're interested, go ahead and check out these Prism lights. I think they're very innovative, and I think they look so much better than just those individual chip lights. They've really done a great job with these. I can't believe I forgot this until the very end, but I have a bunch of Govee products, and my wife says I have to get these things out of the house. If you're interested in that at all, there'll be a link in the description below that will push you to sign up for an email, and then I'll let you know about that giveaway that we're doing. So if you're interested in potentially getting some permanent under eave LED lights too, or pros or curtain lights or anything like that, check that out. That'll also be in the description below. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch Break It Yourself. I know you've got zillions of options out there and you chose to watch this one, and that is very much appreciated. Don't forget to thumbs me up, and we will see you next time.